All right, we should be back up. Should be back up somewhere. We're live in two different areas. Are we live? Where the fuck are we? We're live in two different things. This one is fucked. That one's good too. I don't know what the fuck we're doing, but I know we're doing something. Welcome everybody to the fucktard shit that happens. Uh, you know what's crazy? If you go to YouTube Studio, right? Where you fucking go live and all that, there's nothing that can help you out here. Can't find streaming software to go. Look at that shit. We're live in two different fucking things. This is why you gotta love technology. If one thing doesn't kill you, another thing will. Delete it. All right. Well, there's nothing better to do than to waste your fucking time. So while we're wasting everybody's time, Cap, you want to fucking talk about something? Yeah. I I don't think. Man, fuck it. I mean, listen. I completely understand. Falcon's black, and that's why no one likes it, and that's the reason why they keep reshooting it. And they have to realize that they can't change the color of his skin. They can't write something good enough for the color of his skin to change. So fucking why would they concern themselves with the fucking fans that watch the shit when all we get, all we get when it comes to fucking reviews is racist shit. Either the fucking lead character's black, the lead character's a woman, or they're fucking woke. There's always a fucking problem with this shit that just shows up. Stop fucking showing this shit to fucking people and put the shit out. Cause I guarantee you, if they would have did the first cut in the fucking theaters, we probably would have loved this shit. Yeah. God forbid. Yeah, they say that shit, but then they fucking they with their bullshit too. There's always gonna be some bullshit that somebody's gonna fucking say something. Well, no, have they did test screening or they just uh well, it says no black lead or none of that shit in Thunderbolt, so that's why no one has a fucking problem with it. Yeah, but they're all let's be honest, they're all sit in the back and do nothing while Bucky and Captain Canada fucking do this shit. Well, with Brad Pitt, yeah, yeah, but I don't see the problem with most of these movies that everybody has a fucking problem with. Like the Marvels, I thought it was alright. Was it a fucking Martin Scorsese fucking movie? No, I thought it was alright. Why? Because they were singing. I hear you, but that I mean, that's one thing that happened in the movie, and like I get it. There's a lot of plot holes and all other shit, but like I said, this movie was not made to fucking fix the MCU. It was like none of that. I thought Eternals was alright. The only thing, to be honest with you, the biggest problems we have with these movies is what they did before the movie and after the movies. The biggest problem with what happened with the Marvels is secret Armored Wars or whatever the fuck shit was. Secret Invasion. That was the biggest issue with the Marvels. Because you fucked over the Kree and now we're there. Now the Marvels, oh, we got a home for you. That's the problem. There's millions of them on this planet. Let's just erase it. Eternals. Movie was alright. You know, it wasn't the best movie in the world. It was alright. But then 40 years later, we're going to tell you what happened with the hand. Fuck it. We figured somebody shoved it up their ass. That's what happened with that giant celestial sticking out of the planet. We shoved it up their ass. That's the problem with these movies. The shit they did after. In the movie, no one said, I wonder what they're going to do about the fucking celestial coming out. No, we was watching the fucking movie. I'm more concerned with the court that with the humans are supposed to go into to see if the planet gets destroyed or not. Which, you know something, would actually make a good fucking case for if Galactus were to fucking come to destroy us, because they ruled that this planet isn't fit to fucking live anymore, and Galactus is just gonna destroy it. Is the Celestial here that he can eat? Because wasn't he there to keep the population of the Celestials down any fucking way? But no, we gotta make the fucking Fantastic Four fantastically from the 60s. And we gotta make a fucking vampire movie from the fucking 20s. And all of it's gonna take place in the present. That's the problem. Before the movie starts and after the movie ends, we have a problem with the movie. In between, it's all right. I hear you, but like I said, it's not one of those movies. It's not like the Batman movie where every fucking day I get more and more pissed at the shit. The Batman movie is like the opposite of Watchmen. When I first saw Watchmen, I said, this shit sucked. Then I watched it again. I was like, oh, this, is not that bad. I watched it again. I was like, oh, okay. It's growing on me. The Batman, I watched it again. I was like, this shit is horrible. This shit got worse. If it wasn't for the fucking Penguin, I would be, I don't even want to see part 2. They're probably gonna make that shit a fucking musical. Shit, that's a lot of these fucking problems that we have is, one, everybody thinks that they're the fucking director, and two, half the shit, the issue is before and after the shit. Like right now, Blade, if it comes out, is gonna suck. Why? Not because the writing was bad or this, that. Because it took 5 years for it to come out. 12 movies, 12 scripts, 12 directors, 12 main actors, 14 side quests, 52 fucking supporting actresses, Sigourney Weaver. All that shit happened before the movie came out. This shit's gonna suck. Brave New World Order, fucking Captain America and the Red Hulk. The president is now Howard Ford. Han Solo is in the MCU. All these different names that they named the Captain America movie is the reason why Captain America is gonna suck. It could be the best movie we ever see, but people are gonna say it's gonna suck because it took too goddamn long. 52 fucking, it's all the bullshit that comes with it. People are already judged the movie based off of the drama that's in it, and they make the shit public. Oh, there's more reshoots. Who's motivated to go see a fucking movie where that's like dealing with a woman. You got a date. And every day, there's a new excuse why she can't come, but she's still going. What? At one point, you'll be like, you know what? Fuck it. Stay with your dead aunt. Stay with your dead aunt in Kuwait, and And I hope you get back from Jersey quick. I don't know what to tell you, but just leave me the fuck alone. At one point, people will leave me the fuck alone with this shit. No, it's because I'm telling. It's all the bad news that everybody's giving. All these fucking rewrites and shit. You're saying, kill it all. Never write another movie again. That's what you're saying. And that's their fucking problem. That's the problem. What Shang-Chi hit, and what was the what's the issue we have with it? After the fucking movie, they did nothing with it. Because they haven't had a chance to fuck that up yet. That was the last movie that came out. They legit. They legit watch. They're probably gonna figure out a way to fuck it up. But also that's like an independent thing. And people are holding on to that fucking movie for dear life. Like if that's gonna save the MCU. Like if they're gonna go fuck it, by he get out, we got Ryan Reynolds. And what did you know what the crazy shit was? There was more madness in the multiverse that fucking Ryan Reynolds did than in the multiverse that fucking Doctor Strange had. If this was Doctor Strange 2, no issue. Yo, I've been saying that. You just said that I've been saying that. I call them historical documents. It's not a mystery. Like, I'm not the smartest man. I'm not privy to fucking Area 53 fucking knowledge. You can go to stores and buy this shit. Like, there. It's been out for years. There's a picture of the Avengers from 1984 or 60 something, and there's a picture of what they did in the 2000s Avengers movie, and it's like exactly the same shit, just the old fucking school suits. Like, this shit's been out for 50, 60 years. Like, there's plenty of fucking stories you could do. There's comic books about Blade. Blade was in the Spider-Man cartoon. There's other movies that Blade was in. It was Wesley Snipes. 3 other movies. This so happened to be the first Marvel movie that they made. What is so difficult? What is so difficult? It's a fucking half human, half vampire that goes around killing fucking vampires. You really having an issue with that? They want you to be you, but not in front of her. Yeah, they did. Make sure that's the. So when you put emojis, it goes around the screen. Just want to make sure that worked. Can't hear him. What you talking about? Say something, Cap. Oh shit. Nah, cause you know it is. I did something smart, but it's stupid. I can put you on a separate track, but guess what's not being broadcasted? Everything you said is being recorded, but I guess it was not said on the fucking. Can you hear him now, Damien?
Hey, can you guys hear me now? That was a hell of a rant I just did. You're gonna have to go back and listen to the audio.
They got you now.
All right. I don't know when I cut out or if you heard any of it, but to summarize, Marvel used to have people who loved making the fucking movies and the characters. It seems like they don't now, and they're mandated to fit some sort of fucking thing. And that's the problem with Marvel now is they're all trying to fit a fucking mandate as opposed to just making a goddamn movie.
Yep. So I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna put this video on YouTube. Put that shit up and be like the mostly not fucked up version of this. But yeah. So speaking of Blade, Marvel updates put out on Instagram today. Wesley Snipes will return as Blade not only in Avengers: Secret War but in a few other MCU projects.
Now, I do that look because you have Mahershala Ali. you can't crack his movie. But you're just gonna take Wesley Snipes and put the character in other movies, which means somebody knows what the fuck to do with Blade.
Retarded.
What the fuck is going on?
I don't. Maybe they think that Blade
Yo,
is a separate character from Wesley Snipes. They're probably
dude,
making Wesley Snipes movies and just think that he's a half vampire.
what?
They think that's what Wesley Snipes' power is. He's a half
Now again,
vampire.
I love Wesley as Blade. Keep him. I don't care. He was great in Deadpool. It was good to see him back. But if you couldn't do Mahershala Ali's movie, why wouldn't you just do this with Mahershala Ali? Why wouldn't you just put him in the fucking Avengers movies and other fucking projects so we get to see him?
Yeah. That would be nice. Just a little bit.
That's like the dude who has a girlfriend is like, yo, I want to go see a movie, but I don't want to go alone. Like, okay, who you taking? I asked a coworker, like, you have this bitch. Who the fuck you not? What the fuck's going on? Like,
Yeah. I don't... Hey, listen. As long as we get Wesley,
there's only ever been one Blade.
only ever
There's
gonna
only
be
ever
one.
gonna be one Blade.
And now Mahershala Ali is in Jurassic World. Or something.
Yeah, him and Black Widow, two defunct superheroes.
Moving on to brighter news. I don't know if you know this, but apparently there's a Frank Castle. There's a story of him as a young man. So I'm gonna read it. Frank Castle committed his first murder at the young age of 10 by setting a man on fire using diesel fuel and a makeshift flamethrower. Frank was wearing a Captain America mask to protect his identity while doing so. The man that he killed was a notorious bully who was responsible for killing two of Frank's neighbors, which is why Frank killed him.
You said at 10 years old?
10 years old.
See, that puts him in a different context from I need to hear from Lay about this. Because we all know that this is Lay's boy.
Yeah, but there's
But for
actually
me,
like a
that just
comic
made
strip
him that
with
just
this.
sent him from a man who was in a traumatic experience with his family got murdered, who then snapped and just said, fuck it. The law won't help me. I have to do this myself. And now they just turn around and it's like, oh no, this motherfucker's been a serial killer since birth. This motherfucker came out the womb and killed the doctor.
Somebody had to. Yeah. But I'm gonna send you the comic strip of it because after reading that, there's actual shit. I'm gonna have to take pictures of it though, because
All
you
right,
know.
I'll take a look at it after the stream. This mother, but that's fucking bananas. I gotta, yo, Did you show that to Lay at any point?
They put that in the chat. Now I don't know if this is a retrofit. You know what I'm saying to
It's got to
retroactively go
be.
back.
It's got to be retroactive because
I don't remember hearing that shit,
yeah, that has
and
never been a part of his fucking backstory.
which it makes perfect sense to fuck up the backstory of a character that's beloved. Why?
Fuck them, that's why.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why wouldn't we fuck up the past of a character that already had the motivation to do things?
Yeah, he already had a pretty strong fucking motivation.
Yeah, because now, I mean, like, people already know that the Punisher is crazy and he's a vigilante and all that other shit. But we knew he did that out of revenge and he just hated those motherfuckers. Not like you said, he's a serial killer that just so happens that he kills the right people and no one gives a fuck.
Yeah, you know what it is? They, for me, hearing that, you strip away the sympathetic Frank Castle, the one that you could show empathy towards and get your catharsis from, because you look at him and you're like, damn, what happened to him was fucked up. And now you implement Frank Castle that, had his family not died, would he still fucking kill people? Would he be Dexter?
Yeah.
He's just killing motherfuckers, but you don't know about it. He's not doing it so willy nilly out in the open.
Yeah, that's now because if someone's doing, like, let's say someone relates to him out of revenge and then they see that shit, it's like, wait a minute. Like, I relate to him through the anger of this shit happening, but I can't relate to a 10-year-old doing shit like this.
Yeah, you know what? For anybody who's listening, who's like questioning, at least for me, why I have such an issue with it, it's he put on a mask to protect his identity to kill someone. Me showing me that he knew from the outset not only what he was going to do, but what he was going to do is wrong.
Yeah.
Because you don't need to hide if it's not wrong.
Yeah.
And I get that you can make the argument that as a 10-year-old, he thinks he's being a superhero like Captain America. But at a 10-year-old, as a 10-year-old, he should have no clue exactly what it means to be like Steve Rogers. And if he idolized Steve Rogers, he'd have never fucking set this dude on fire.
Yeah.
He would have done something with the authorities. See, now, had he had done something where he ratted on this dude, or not ratted, but if he aided in getting this dude arrested, and then saw that this dude skated on the charges because the justice system doesn't work, and that goes, okay, so that lends into him going into the military, that lends into him going into law enforcement. His family dies, the justice system doesn't work again, and he goes, yo, I've seen war, I've seen criminal cases, my own family, that one dude when I was a kid, this shit's not working, I have to now do this because the system has failed us. Perfect fucking sense. Perfect through line to add shit to his backstory and keep the same trajectory
Yeah.
of the character that we know and love.
Yeah, because it would almost be like he tried to handle it the way that Cap did and it didn't work. And
Yeah.
then he tried to do, like, the way that another person that he knows that went into the military to do it, that didn't work. He tried to do it the way a cop does it, that didn't work. So now it must go into my hands. And it could be a bigger bond for him and Daredevil, where that line of him going, when you do it, you put them down. When I do it, they stay down. Now that line means something more, because it's like, we're doing this for the same reason. The thing is, I put them down and I keep them down because I know if it goes into somebody else's hands, it's not gonna get settled.
Yeah, he's gonna let him. They're gonna let him get back up.
Yeah, and now that line, it makes even more sense for that shit. And now you can relate to that you could be drawn into that scene so much more now. You know what I'm saying? Because Daredevil tries to do it legally, and it doesn't do it legally, and we know this motherfucker he got away scot free, but he was guilty. The devil comes. The difference is Frank Castle is the Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
He's there to kill you. He's not there to punish you.
That's the most apt fucking description I've ever heard. Matt Murdock, when evil shows up and the courts can't do nothing about it, the devil shows up because sin has been committed. When Frank Castle shows up, death shows up because it's finite. You did something that you can't come back from.
Yeah. Shit.
But we can't do Blade.
Yeah, right? Which, yo, it's crazy because a part of me wants to be like, yo, let's just fucking spend the weekend and write a Blade movie. We don't need to write the dialogue. Just write a Blade movie. The premise of it. And then just mail it to MCU to somebody. Be like, look, here goes the basics. Just add words. Yeah. Like, we even put some of them in there. Like, nigga, please. Or there's always someone ice skating uphill. Or, that's not my baby. You see how words fit into something? And when one person says words and another person says words, it usually leads to conversations. And conversations is what a script is. So let these people talk and fight people. Put a vampire in the motherfucker and boom, Blade. Black man, vampire, sword, kill the motherfucker, Blade.
Yo, I have your fucking opening, Marvel. You open up because the last one of them ended with him in Moscow, right? One of the original Wesley Snipes joints, and we never got to see what happened there. So you play around with that. You start in Moscow. Random people in this one square in Moscow starting to turn to dust. You're like, okay, this shit is happening during the snap. Cool. We pan out. Oh shit, it's not the snap. Blade is killing vampires. And what happens when he stabs one of the vampires in the Wesley Snipes movie? What do? They turn to ash.
Yeah.
So that's your opening. You play with everybody's expectations. You're like, oh, we're about to see what happened in Moscow. Dude, nope. It's just Blade mowing down fucking vampires. Boom. Title card. Blade. And I just thought of that and what? Sitting here in the time in between where you said it now, like what, a minute?
Yeah. And yo, you can do a sequel remake. Like you said, this would be Blade 4 Part 1. You know what I'm saying? Like what they did with the Hulk. We're gonna oh no. What happened before technically happened. But there's some things you don't remember. There's some things that weren't explained right. You heard it from the wrong source. Now it's technically, yeah, he was around in the 90s killing motherfuckers. Did he fight the devil? Nah. Did all this shit happen? Yes. But it wasn't as big of a thing, or it was another country, so we didn't give a fuck. And now he's here, and now we know him, but we didn't give a fuck. But he's here, now we have to give a fuck because the shit came for us.
Dude, you can literally do what they do in Halloween 2018. Where they're like, yo, your grandmother's Laurie Strode. Isn't she the sister of Michael Myers? And they go, no, that's just some bullshit story they made up way back in the day. That's not the fucking case. Then you turn around and be like, yo, didn't you walk around with Hannibal King and fight Dracula? I'm like, no, that's a bullshit story they made up. That never happened.
Word. What happened to your team? I don't fuck with no team. Never have, never will. Shit. And yo, this you can even be like, yo, you changed. What the fuck you talking about? And it could be like he had to drink blood, so that's what made him younger or some shit like that. Because remember, the synthetic blood wasn't available because Whistler died. You know, some shit. Do something. Let motherfuckers know. Let somebody know. Like,
You know what I want to see? I want to see what the storyline is in that video game that they're making for Blade.
mm,
Because a
oh
friend,
shit,
dude, they had the what do you call it? They interviewed the director of the video game, French dude, who was like when he was younger, the first black hero he saw was Blade. He's attached to it. He wants to make the best fucking game he can make.
God
If they
forbid,
can craft a fucking story,
God forbid, they make a movie, a video game about Blade, and it's not. It's good. Like if they make a video game about Blade, it has to be bad now. Like I'm pretty sure if he's calling people up, make it bad because we can't write a script. How can you write a story?
I'm gonna try to see if I can find that image.
Shit. But why you talk about that Cobra Kai? I didn't know that this. So Cobra Kai usually does a mid-season break, right? So we did the mid-season break, and they said during the mid-season that they were gonna come back in December or November when they came back. What I didn't know was that this was one of two breaks that they're taking. So I'm watching Cobra Kai thinking, all right, this is the end of the series. I want to see how this shit ends. And the way it ends is like, wait a minute. That's it? And then it pops up at the end of the screen. Cobra Kai will return to conclude the story in a few. Marin, what's going on? And I'm like, oh fuck, when is this? So they're saying around February. But the girl, the there's a new bad girl in there that she's a 14-time Taekwondo and karate champion in real life, and social media in real life.
This from the video, which I can't play fully, but they already got his look. They got the katana, they got the sunglasses, they got his look down already.
Shit in the video game?
Yeah. That's from the video game. The teaser trailer that they showed during the Game Awards last year, I believe.
Jesus.
So Cobra Kai is gonna. Yo, I find it funny that the movie has nothing to do with the show,
I
and they
am
didn't
too.
ask William Zabka to come back.
But yeah, the show is like watching My Hero Academia. You can't put him down. You gotta kill him now. You gotta kill him. He's already proven if you hurt him, he's coming back. If you arrest him, he's coming back. If you wound him, he's coming back. If you put him against his friend and him is coming back. Like they're coming back no matter what. They're never gonna stop coming. Even if he learned his lesson and he changed who he was, he's coming back for you. Not for anything else, for you. It's a personal vendetta against you. He don't give a shit about his school. He don't give a shit about your students. He don't give a shit about his students. It's for you and everything about you. He's coming for you. Put him down. Kill him. You gotta kill him. You gotta kill him now. Show the kids sometimes death comes for all of us.
Sometimes you gotta be a 10-year-old Frank Castle and put on a mask and burn a motherfucker alive.
Word, I'm not telling you to light him on fire, but here goes the gasoline and some fucking matches. Like, the motherfucker gotta be put down for good.
I'm assuming you're talking about John Cleese.
Reese, the main...
The actual dojo teacher.
Him, the dojo teacher part 2, the dojo teacher part 3, some new motherfucker, some old motherfucker. Like, literally, you know something? If you didn't watch it, fuck you. You're not watching this anyway. Mr. Miyagi killed somebody in the tournament that they're in the 60s. And it's fucking up Daniel's son. And I'm sitting here going, I mean, the way that these motherfuckers fight, I'm surprised that that's the only one that died. But that's what you ever see. Miyagi was on some, like he's always ready to, he had to stop himself from killing someone in part 1, 2, 3. Like every time he fought somebody, it was always that last bit. You know what I'm saying? Like he was ready to just shove his fucking face up somebody's nose. He was trained to be a killer. Because they also in season 2 or 3, Daniel-san is training with the Japanese guy from Japan or China, you know, his enemy from there, and
Japan.
Yeah, and he learned that Miyagi-Do, he's not defense. It's almost like Tai Chi. If you put offense in that motherfucker, it's a deadly art. So it makes fucking sense. It's just Daniel-san is now like, yo, but you didn't tell me this. I did so much shit I don't know. It's like, yeah, because he only taught you how to defend yourself against this high school bully. He didn't teach you how to kill 42 ninjas and a fucking army that invaded his land for food every day. There's a difference. In the military, they teach you to kill so you can survive. In the shooting range, they teach you to point the gun and shoot it so it doesn't hit you in the face when it recoils. There's a difference.
Yo, you have just said something that has unlocked a different way for me to view the Karate Kid movies. Because you know, my biggest problem with the Karate Kid movies has always been this motherfucker's always afraid of the fucking dude who's put in front of him. And I'm like, what the fuck is the point of learning to fight if you're gonna be a bitch and you're still gonna be afraid? But now you just said Miyagi only taught him how to defend himself against Johnny and didn't teach him how to defend himself against anybody else.
Yeah, he told him wax on wax. Like he told him defense, how to stay calm, be centered, defense. That's what he told him.
Specifically for Johnny Lawrence.
Yes,
you gotta kick him in the face, and you gotta do an illegal kick in a tournament. Setting.
You remember when the new champion in the third movie? No, not in the second movie. The new Cobra Kai champion that he had to fight. Remember when they were friends and he was part of Cobra Kai and he had to fight that dude with the black hair that he shoved him into the thing and he was just a non-character, like no one gave a shit about him? He's in this season. He's in this season. And he wants revenge. That's what I'm saying. You're gonna Cobra Kai. They say Cobra Kai don't die. Jack don't talk Thai. Cobra Kai gonna have to die. Someone from Cobra Kai gonna have to die because they ain't gonna stop. They can make another 52 fucking TV shows because you know how many people got beat up by people from Cobra Kai back in the day? Like, Daniel ran into a couple of people when he was running away from Johnny. And one of them, I'm pretty sure, had a drink or was talking when he went like this to him. And he never forgot it. You know what I'm saying? It's been 50 years, Daniel-san. And now I want my get back. And I'm going to fucking punch you in the fucking chest now. And we need a tournament to settle us because you fucking bumped into me when Johnny was chasing you. You motherfucker. He might have whacked somebody's car wrong. Yo, you missed the spot. It's been 40 years and I'm coming for you.
I just love how all the shows or these seasons and the fucking movie, most of the movies, they're like, how do we settle this between us? There's only one way. Mortal Kombat. We have to do an entire tournament and hope that you win and I win so we face each other. Otherwise, we can't squash this shit.
Well, there's other motivation for this tournament. So the season before this was Cobra Kai versus Miyagi-Do to get in the tournament. So the tournament would make you the best school in the world.
It's blood sport now.
Yeah, but it would make you the best school in the world, but also the team captains would get like sponsorships to go to college and all this other shit. So it was like to better advance the kids, you know, for their future and shit like that. Bless you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so
Wait, only the team captains?
Yeah. It's because the team captains will be in the last fight of the shit. Yeah, so it's
Hawk.
it and the funny thing is only the team captains will get, but the entire thing is televised and you see everyone fighting.
Yo, that's hilarious to think somebody's like, Hawk, I need to go to MIT. I need you to whoop his ass so that I can go to MIT.
Oh shit! Hawk and his boy is fighting because they're going to MIT. One's going to MIT and the other one never applied. They were both supposed to go to MIT, but I guess Hawk was like, "Nah, man, I want to be here with some bitches." Listen, man. Once we get over the issue with, with OBS, we get the conversation rolling. But it's
Wait,
crazy.
are we not live? What?
No, we are. I'm just because earlier we have so much shit that we got to deal with. But yeah, I fucking that show is good. I'm not gonna lie, it's good. I'm invested in it. But the minute they go, oh, we're gonna come back, I'm like, yo, just fucking make another season then. Like, why? You sitting there, you go, this is the series finale, but it takes 2 years to make a season. Why wouldn't you just go, yo, listen, the next season's gonna be a little while. Let everybody do what they need to do when they come back and make a new fucking season. What is it, the bubble? You're a part of this series. You're never gonna go home.
Dude, why make a season or why spend money to make another season where you could just take this season and split it up into 3 separate seasons itself?
Yeah, 3 separate seasons of 6 episodes. Like, son of a bitch. No. We need no Jack talk tie. I need for shit to go back to normal. That's what I need. I can't sit here and binge watch halfway, and then wait another fucking 3-4 months to watch the shit. You know why? Because then I'm gonna forget. But I don't want to go back and rewatch the shit because I'm gonna be like, I saw this already.
Yo, that's the funniest thing to think of. To sit there and be like, yo, I don't know what the fuck happened. What happened? And you go back and be like, no, I saw that. I saw that. I saw that. And you're like, all right, but you don't remember what happened. You're trying to remember. Yeah, but I got to get past this. I've seen all this.
Yeah, I seen all that shit already. Motherfucker. Shit.
It's like being in a courtroom and you're like, one lawyer's like, so on the night of January 24th, and the other lawyer's like, objection, asked and answered. It's like, yeah, all right, but we need to do it again in case they didn't hear it.
Shit.
Is it main event time, or do we have stuff to riff off?
Nah, that was it. We do the main event. All right, so since Ray's not here, we're gonna go
into the main event.
The fuck was that first part? You got random sounds of lions growling or roaring or something?
No.
That was me growling?
Yeah, that just sounded like a lion.
Oh
like,
my god, that shit just fucked up everything. Why did that do that?
But you were talking?
Yeah, that was supposed to be my I go run in my voice.
Dude, I swear to God, it looked like you didn't say nothing and you just hit a lion fucking making noise.
Why is he making a lion's voice?
Technology makes our life easier.
Hold up.
So, main event topic time. We're sitting here pontificating, that's for sure, on which characters the DC universe can now spin off into their own Penguin like show for HBO Max.
Yes. All right, my bad. I had to reset the shit, but
Now that just sounds like a thundercloud rolled in. Yeah, it does not sound like high pitch anything. It just sounds like noise.
what the fuck happened to my shit? This is not supposed to be. It's not supposed to be that way. It was never supposed to be that way. Hold up.
We didn't want you.
Hold, please.
Do you want me to just
All
start
right.
with what I had my idea? Or?
Hold up. Now,
Dude,
same shit.
this is exactly what it just sounded like.
Did that beep? Did that beep?
Yeah,
All right.
that beat.
I don't know what the fuck. I installed Windows and kept everything the same, and now all my shit is fucked up.
Ladies and gentlemen, keep watch of your local fucking news broadcast for a story of somebody who puts on a Captain America mask and it just flame torches a whole bunch of shit. Coincidentally, after this podcast ends.
Right? Shit. All right. That being said, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what was worse. The fact that I've been having problems with my PC. The fact that I've spent so much time making this work and that fucked up on me. The one thing I didn't touch changed. This my stream deck now doesn't want to work when OBS is open. Did you hear that?
I heard it through the wall fully, but on the stream I just heard beep, 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 beep.
Oh my god.
Again, I heard it through the wall, but nothing on the thing.
All right. So now still nothing. With that being said,
Ladies and gentlemen, you're gonna see me catch something as it comes through the wall pretty soon.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't know. I don't know why. Why does this need? You know what? I'm just fuck it. Cap, pack your shit up. We're gonna move to another thing. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. I don't like it. I'm using 7.3% of my CPU. And this is supposed to be good quality. But I don't know what the fuck is going on. So, moving forward. We have the Penguin on Max. Some will call it HBO Max. Others will call it Max. And there's talks about the Joker being the next spinoff for the Batman series. And my question is, what spinoff do you want to see in the DC universe on Max? It doesn't necessarily have to be Batman.
No. You tell me now, because I just went and got 2 Batman villains.
Oh, so there you go. So it has to be Batman now.
That's what
Yeah.
you said the prompt was.
All right, so you fucked up, Ray. Now it has to be Batman. I don't want his shit. Go ahead.
Well, the only other one I would put, they're already making. So
Which one
would
was
be
that?
the Green Lantern Corps.
Yeah. Okay. Again, who you got?
So the first one I got, Victor Freeze.
Okay.
You want to tell a humanistic story about a man who turns himself into a villain while dealing with the failure of his inability to cure his wife of whichever I forget what disease she has, but she has some disease. That would be a heartbreaking tale to see them start off at the zenith, and then she gets sick, and then he's doing everything to help, and he can't fucking do it, and he doesn't know what's going on, so he has to put it in cryostasis. But he lost his job, he's lost his funding. Now he has to turn into something. So you see him almost like a Breaking Bad shit, where he has to start doing crimes and put his skills and his intelligence to a different kind of use. All along, we know that he's doing it because he's trying desperately to do the one thing maybe nobody on the planet can do, which is find this fucking cure. I think that's a story worth developing and telling and worth sitting through, and I think that would be a fucking great heartbreaking series to sit through.
Yeah, that
And
would.
again, it can happen without Batman being there.
Yeah.
Which I think is important for these shows. To be put in a space where you're like, well, why would Batman show up here? Because what the fuck does he care about this dude trying to save his wife? Right? Like the criminality part of it, the Mr. Freeze part is not that big until the end. And then it can lead into him being in one of the movies where he fights Batman. But we don't need Batman right now in this space and time.
Oh yeah, and it makes for a sympathetic bad guy, because like you say all the time, Mr. Freeze, the Dr. Freeze isn't necessarily a bad guy. He's just somebody that needs to do what he needs to do to save his wife.
Yeah. What?
My phone just started playing a YouTube video. I don't know what the fuck happened. All I heard was the theme for Knight Rider, and then somebody's like, "Yeah, the Wave Maker's getting good movement in there. Don't worry, he's alive." I'm like, "What the fuck is this?" That's why I'm like, "Who the fuck playing shit on my phone? Why is technology fucking with me?"
Yo, because you defended the goddamn Eternals, the FBI has now broken in and is fucking with your shit.
Break in and give me money for. Where is my package? How about that one? It was supposed to be here anytime from today to tomorrow, and it's not even shipped yet. Where's that one?
Probably coming tomorrow.
It's not even shipped yet.
What do you got before I go into my second?
The Scarecrow. I think the Scarecrow works because he could be like a scientist that makes the formula, but the formula is to like disrupt Gotham to prevent the rebuilding of that side that blew up in Penguin. You know what I'm saying? Where like, oh, we got the drugs, and that's what makes this. That's what all those people go there for. But now we have this serum that turns people fucked up, and now we got people that we don't want to go in there afraid to go there for, and it gives that bad, rep for them. And then it's just one of those things where the guy gets caught up in a bad situation, and he had to start using the shit to protect himself. And it's almost like he found out it's a weapon, and it got to the point where it's like, well, I'm like, like he got screwed, and he's sitting there like, well, fuck it, I'm gonna use this shit for myself, and now I'm gonna get, now I'm gonna do my thing with this shit.
So essentially, he made bath salts, handed them out to people. I was like, shit, I need to defend myself, and just throwing bath salt bombs
Yeah,
in people's
like
faces. To fuck them up.
like everything was good until this guy needed to change everything so he could, get a better seat in Congress. And the dude's like, yo, what about me? Fuck you. What about you? You know what I'm saying? And he's like, oh, let me put out a hit on him so that way no one could tell that it was me who did the shit. And oh, you fucked with the wrong person, and he weaponized it. And that's how you would get the growth of the Scarecrow. Yeah, because not for nothing, these series would answer the question. Did the Batman come because these guys were here, or did these guys come because the Batman was here? And it would be, some of them, like, it would be dope if we had a series. It would like a Joker, but not a Joker. Can't use the Riddler because the Riddler's already fucked up. But like Deathstroke or Deadshot. Let's say not Deathstroke, Deadshot. He was there doing his, like, you've seen the military, all the other shit. He doesn't really know about the Batman because he's still new and he just came back from the military, so he doesn't know anything, relative to that shit. And this motherfucker don't miss. And the Batman surprised him and he shot and he didn't miss. And he's like, what the fuck? And he could just be obsessed now with, I gotta kill this motherfucker because he, he violated me when he scared me in the thing, and now he's just obsessed with killing the Batman because he felt like the Batman mugged him, or the Batman did something to him that he was trained not supposed to happen, and now it's like, no, as a man, I gotta get my get back type shit. Where it's like, okay, so the Batman created this one.
All right. Shit, my second guy was also created by the Batman, kind of. But my second guy is Clayface.
Okay, yeah, I remember we was talking about this one before.
So, the whole premise of the show would be that this guy was a prominent actor, and then he got disfigured when the city flooded.
Makes sense.
And he's been trying and desperately looking for somebody who could fix him. Well, he heard about this experimental shit that is being made by Wayne Enterprise. It hasn't been tested yet. It's not ready to come to market. It's just in its infancy stage. But he's desperate. And, nobody's looking at this department in Wayne Enterprise too much because everybody's looking elsewhere.
The flood just happened. There's more shit to be done.
Yeah. So some dude is like, all right, you want to be the first test subject? We'll run tests in this back alley where I can control whatever, and we'll see if it works. Slaps it on, bam, he's back. It works. He gets acting roles again. He does other shit again, but it starts to wear off. He needs to go back and get more. It starts to wear off again. He needs to go back and get more. But we start understanding over the course of the series that it's not wearing off. It's turning him into clay. So when his face droops, it's not because the cream or whatever wore off. It's because now his skin and his bones and his structure are melting into himself. And by the end of it, he turns into Clayface, and he has a vendetta against Wayne Enterprises, and that's what leads the Batman to have to come in whenever they put him in a movie or whatever they do with him. That's his thing, is he's got a vendetta against Wayne Enterprises.
Shit, I mean that would be dope. You could definitely put that together. You could have him as like a man that has like a debt too that he needs to act because he needs to pay off his debt, and then the people are supplying him with it because they realize that now he's addicted, but they didn't know they were changing, and he goes and fucks them up.
And one thing that I had in my head, they're probably never going to do this, but because Clayface could technically shapeshift, we can do. I mean, they're never going to do this because it's too sensitive of a topic for this fucking generation now. But he's up for a movie role or a cameo somewhere, right? Like a walk-on role. He doesn't get the part, but they don't know that you know, they don't know that there's only 12 people out in the waiting room to audition. He goes out, whoop, a different person comes in. He gets the part now because he looked different.
Shit, you can even do it where he gets a woman's part.
Yeah. He can get a different part so long as he can keep up his little ruse. Like, there's so much shit that the tension that you can build where, let's say he does a woman's part. And they're like, yo, Miss Angel, we need you on set in 2 minutes. And he's like, be there. And, you start to see the droop. And he puts the cream fixed. And now the whole time you're sitting there wondering, how long is it going to last? Is it going to hold up? Is he going to make it through? What the fuck's going to happen? Because he's panicking about it. You're going to panic about it. It'll make for an interesting watch.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that would be dope. Shit.
And again, all of this, different genres, doesn't have to be straight comic booky. And again, doesn't need Batman per se in it. But yet you slowly build out his rogues gallery. So by the time you want to put him in a movie, we already understand why this character is in here and why he is in the situation he's in. And all we need to go is, okay, why is Batman targeting him now? Is it because of the crime? Or is it because something else? And then that's how you just tell that story in the movie. Then you give Batman what his motivation is, because we already know what the villain is.
Yeah, and he can technically bump into different characters. Like the Penguin could be talked about doing something that Batman's not related. Like Batman could be listening to a police scanner, waiting for for the fucking Clayface, and then you could just be hearing, what's damn Oz. You be like, oh, this guy, blah blah blah, makes his appearance at the ball or some shit,
With Clayface, you could turn around and before he found the shit that the cream that helps him, how does he get over his inability to work and the way he looks now? He's using bliss.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, he's addicted to drops. Yeah, because they still got the drops.
But again, what do I know? I'm just some dude sitting in a fucking room, in a beige room.
Washing dishes.
Ain't it funny how we can do? You give us a week, we can do an elevator pitch for a show that seems viable enough that people would watch.
Yeah, but
again, you actual professionals can't fucking come up with cohesive fucking shit to put up on screen.
what
Give
up,
them money.
Leon? Yeah, and that's the crazy shit about it. It's like, what's so difficult? You know what I'm saying? Like, what is so fucking difficult with this shit? We're not reinventing the wheel. We're getting the actual guy's storyline. Over his WWE, DC movies, or AEW. Yeah.
I don't know because AEW was good at one point.
So I mean, the DC movies were getting there. We found a Superman.
Oh,
But
speaking of which, the trailer's supposed to come out. I think they said with Mufasa. So whenever Mufasa hits theaters, the trailer for Superman will be attached to that film. At least that was the last rumor that I heard.
Mufasa movie. And this comes out the 20th. Okay. So not 1, 2, 3 weeks. All right. Well, we'll see how that shit works.
Then we also have Creature Commandos coming out, which is the first official James Gunn DC project.
And that is a cartoon, right?
Yeah, it's an animated show on Max, I believe.
It looks like a CW series.
At this point, the CW series was the most successful thing that the original DCEU did. So maybe that's not altogether a bad thing.
I mean, the Flash CW series was pretty good, and that was better than the fucking movie The Flash.
And apparently, the CW Batgirl was way better than the movie Batgirl.
I mean,
because they actually released that show.
Yeah. The Superman movie, Lois and Clark, was I. Don't get me wrong. I would rather Henry Cavill as Superman than this guy as Superman, because the crazy shit is, it's like, when you're in a movie, Superman can do whatever. In the TV show, the Superman has to be so restrained. He can't do shit.
I mean, they don't have the budget to make him do whatever the fuck.
Yeah, like, he's Clark Kent 90% of the fucking TV show. And he's Superman 90% of the movie.
I like this dude that they had play Superman on TV. I think he embodied Superman better than Henry Cavill. only because Zack Snyder was trying to make Superman Batman.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
Like Henry Cavill, the only time Henry Cavill like embodied Superman, ironically enough, was in the first part of the Justice League fucking cut in the theaters, where Josh Whedon came in and rewrote him. It's like, nah, this is fucking Superman. Like,
This is before he died.
who?
Superman.
Yeah. Speaking of Henry Cavill,
Shit, I'm trying. Batman v Superman and the Justice League. It's almost like they're one long ass fucking movie.
that I think that was the intent.
I hear you, but that was it. Like, I don't know. You know what? Superman is beating the shit out of the Flash and Wonder Woman, and that's Justice. This is Justice League, right?
Yes.
And that's what you're talking about. But he
Yes.
died in Batman vs Superman, the Doomsday. Oh, he died to Leonardo.
Yeah,
Well,
but
actually, Donatello, because it was a stick in his ass.
you remember in the beginning of the Justice League movie, they showed flashbacks of Superman
Yeah,
where it was through the perspective of the kid's camera phone,
yeah.
and they had the weird CGI fucking mouth because uh, Mission Impossible was like, no, he's not shaving his mustache. We still need that shit.
Yeah, this
Fuck
is
you,
you're
DC.
talking about when he saved the people and he went down and everybody treated him like a god or some shit.
That was in Batman v Superman.
That was in Batman v Superman.
I believe so.
Yeah, that was.
When
This is
he's lauding over them
yeah, and then the courtroom
they're
blows
on the
up.
fucking roof. Save us, and he's lauding over them,
Yeah,
which is not something he ever fucking did. But
yeah, that he would have saved them and didn't. I don't think Superman's the type that's gonna sit there and go bask in my glory.
he's not gonna be like, acknowledge me.
Yeah,
And every time you gotta be saved by Superman, you gotta put the
yep,
fucking one up.
yep. I mean, I guess it's well, anything's better than that fucking Flash movie.
And anything's better than what?
The streak, which that's crazy.
I
Like,
want to see the cut that Tom Cruise saw. Because Tom Cruise is one of the people that was like, oh no, the Flash is gonna be amazing. I want to see that movie that he fucking saw.
I
Because that's
think
not the movie we saw.
not at all. I think that everybody wants to see that.
Release the Tom Cruise cut.
Shit. Nah, but that was another thing. Well, no, I can't say that was another thing that most of the movie happened before, and we didn't like this motherfucker. No, we didn't like it, and then we didn't like the movie despite what the fucking guy did. That movie sucked based off of everything, not just what he did before. It wasn't a person. Yeah, it wasn't a personal debt of what before he did what he did. It was like no, he's stupid, and then we watched the movie, and the movie's stupid, and we don't like. But now both of them are stupid. You know, sometimes you're like, well, I don't like him to begin with, so I'm not even gonna give him a chance. We didn't. The movie was so bad you couldn't even say that.
That's the reason I didn't go watch it, is because of him.
Oh no, I didn't go watch it because of him neither. But I'm saying, like, just seeing it is like should have kept that baby. You should have kept that baby in the fucking microwave. Shit. Should have kept that baby in the closet. But you enjoy Batman vs Superman better than Justice League. I can see that. Because at least Batman and Superman had Batman in it more, and he was actually Batman, and Gal Gadot was there. I didn't like it because Yo, that could have been so much bigger. Batman vs Superman, like that. I was saying if they did Batman vs Superman right, that would have destroyed the MCU. That was supposed to destroy the MCU because you have Batman and Superman in the same movie, the two biggest comic book characters, period, in the same movie, and you fucked it up. And then you had Wonder Woman in there, and then the Ninja Turtle. Like that was horrible, horrible. And Ben Affleck was a good fucking Batman. That's the crazy shit. Ben Affleck I enjoyed Ben Affleck as Batman. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed Ben Affleck as Batman, but I did not enjoy that movie. That movie was not very good to Chico. I'm telling you that shit right now. Shit. I did not enjoy that shit at all. But yeah, when Cap gets back, I want to get his opinion on the possible spinoff where Bane and Deathstroke would have a show on HBO. And I don't know if that's supposed to be them together or them separate. But yeah. I don't know. Let's see what he has to say about that shit when we get. So you heard about the possible Bane and Deathstroke show, right?
No.
Apparently that's the next. So that's the show they want to do. On Max or something like that.
A show with Bane and Deathstroke, or two separate shows, one about each character?
Oh, so it's a movie. So yeah, Bane and Deathstroke to feature in DC supervillain team up movie.
It's the most random team up.
Yeah, both Bane and Deathstroke have great cinema. Yeah, so it's supposed to be the team. Yeah, like unless we're gonna see Bane escape the prison, or Deathstroke go to kill Bane. I don't know how this is gonna work because it like you said, this is random. This is two people that really shouldn't be fucking with each other unless you hired both of them to kill each other.
Now, I have an idea. Probably never gonna happen. It's probably not what they're doing. But in my mind, this is how it could work. If this was a prelude to the Long Halloween.
That's the one where Bane kills Batman.
That's the one where Batman has to survive the night because the Maronis of Falcone, somebody sends a whole bunch of motherfuckers, like they free a bunch of villains from Arkham,
Okay.
and Batman's got to survive the night and catch as many of them as possible and shit like that. So if this is the prelude where we start with these two, and by the end of it, they've caused enough havoc that they've unleashed however many others, and it goes straight into Batman A Long Halloween, or a Long Night, or whatever the fuck it's called. And now we get one where it's like, oh shit, Batman's in a race against the clock. He's got to go catch the Mad Hatter. He's got to catch Condiment Man and Calendar King and or whoever the fuck else they put out there.
Yeah.
But I don't think they're ever going to do that.
It makes sense, so they wouldn't. They wouldn't do that. And it coincides with the historical documents that happened, so they wouldn't do that either. But you know what's funny? You mentioning Condiment Man makes me go, that would be a cool TV show. Because think about it, like, it doesn't have to be a series. Like, think of Blank Man, but he's Condiment Man. And he's just some dude that just so happens to be in the right place at the right time, shooting ketchup on people, and the cops are there.
Now, here's an idea. Because if Condiment King or Condiment Man is too much of a fucking joke to be taken seriously, Well, then you can do this. You can have a character with that dude's name, right? Who Batman has to fight. And what does he use to try to distract Batman? Ketchup and mustard bottles. Spray him in the face. He gets the upper hand for a second. Then Batman reverses it, finally beats his ass, puts him in jail, and he gets the moniker of Condiment King without you actually having to make him go through all that. It could just be part of the fucking fight scene. He just reaches out, bam, ketchup, hits, bam, mustard, just as part of the fucking fight scene. Like he wasn't even thinking about it. He just saw it, grabbed, and used.
Makes sense. I mean, why not? Shit. I like it. I dig it. It
Now,
makes sense.
Calendar Man, that's one that I want to see taken serious. A dude who knows every fucking historical event, everything that's ever happened on any date you want to pick. That you can play with that so fucking intricately to show Batman's fucking true detective side. That there's something there. I'd have to really sit down to hammer out the fucking particulars, but there is something there. Or even if you want to just do like an HBO Max show, let's do, what was it, 6 episodes?
Well,
Penguin.
I think Penguin was 8,
All right,
8 or 9.
you want to do
I can
six
check.
to eight miniseries where Commissioner Gordon is talking with Calendar Man, and they're trying to narrow down. They're trying to narrow down when a certain incident could have taken place. And each episode is Calendar Man going back and recounting a moment in time that is like a breadcrumb where he's like, all right, what happened on this date? Bam, this is what happened. And something in there triggers it, goes, okay, based off of what you said at this part, what happened on this date then? And they're trying to piece together to figure out the whole fucking thing. That could be something. That could be cool.
Okay. Good. And there was 8 episodes of the Penguin. No, but yeah, that'd be dope. Shit, a mini series of Gordon going after some of these low level guys, like fucking Kite Man and shit like that. You know,
Yeah.
fucking
A show where Commissioner Gordon is going after Batman's rogue gallery.
not even Commissioner Gordon, just like a cop show.
No, I just named Gotham.
No, yeah, I know. That's what I was like, nah. But like a cop show in Gotham, like Gotham PD.
Dude, how on the side note, how funny is it that in both Gotham and in the Joker Todd Phillips movie, they insinuated that all these motherfuckers showed up before Batman, and by the time Batman was of age, he's just kicking the shit out of 60-year-old men.
Yeah,
Like he trained his entire life to beat the shit out of a 60-year-old.
yeah. If
He
they're
Jake
lucky,
Paul it.
yeah. If they're lucky too, because they might be older than that. You know what I'm saying? Like they might be older than fucking
Yeah,
60,
Joaquin Phoenix was already what, fucking,
40 or some shit. And he's this nigga's brother.
and he was 8.
Yeah. So good luck with that one. Shit, but I mean, that's it for today. We got everything done.
I think we came up with a good cluster of shows that they could do.
Yeah, once we stopped, once we got over the hiccup of the technical difficulties, we got our shit together.
Hey, and this is one of the rare ones where we didn't fight each other.
Word. And it's Leon's fault.
So, taking the place of Ray here, ladies and gentlemen, come back because tomorrow there might be a sports knucklehead show. Come back on Thursday. Who knows? The rest of the podcast might be there. Come back Friday and or Saturday or Sunday for Tone the Show with Gigi Ray, brought to you by Jiffy Lube and fucking what is it? Paul's Attic
And Joaquin Phoenix.
and Taika Waititi. Who knows? These shows might be airing the rest of the week.
That's right. And
It's
on that
all up
note,
to you.
yeah, your sons of bitches. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it is your friendly neighborhood knuckleheads signing out. Peace, everybody.